Okay, so yeah, welcome to our summer bootcamp info session. We'll be going over kind of like the details of the summer bootcamp as well as like what Zero to One really, what we really do as our community. And hopefully at the end of the session, we'll be sharing the interest form and also our application is going to be open to everyone to fill out. Yeah. And let's just get into what is Zero to One exactly. Everyone can see my screen right now, right? Good. Okay, that's great. So we are basically an incubator for very early stage startup student ventures. Students who are working on nonprofits or startups, and we basically recruit students who are want to start a new startup, who are looking for co-founders, students who already start working on a startup, but if you're looking for more help and mentorship, you join our community and then you'll get support from experienced student founders and as well as industry experts and very successful entrepreneurs, and we provide kind of the necessary resources for you to grow from nothing, from an idea into a real startup. So kind of going from 0 to 1, right? And concretely, this is what we provide. We have a very rigorous bootcamp program that basically helps you assert your startup, your idea. Through this bootcamp, we cover topics such as what is an MVP, how do you gain traction, basically all of the basic concepts or the very fundamental concepts in starting a startup or a nonprofit. Yeah, like how to do market research and such. So you and everyone else in the bootcamp have a very solid idea of like, okay, what kind of things I can try and what kind of like direction I should go in as well. And through this bootcamp, you will have a kind of an opportunity to meet potential co-founders or teammates, and this is actually an amazing opportunity because students joining in the past, they are from very different, I guess, majors and backgrounds. For example, from business, design, and all in engineering. So it's pretty much a good place to recruit your co-founders. And we also provide mentorship from very successful entrepreneurs and experienced student founders. So while you're working on your startup, your ideas, you will always get the necessary help from someone who's like experienced and who can guide you through your journey. And hopefully that's our goal at the end, is that you will be basically making a bunch of very entrepreneurial friends and entrepreneurs who will be motivating you, right? They're also working on their startup, and then they're also very taking initiative, who's like really ambitious, and someone who's like similar to you, right? So hopefully at the end you'll be making a lot more friends, meeting all the entrepreneurs on campus. And well, we will also have some socials and professional events, to kind of uh, give you an opportunity to grow and build your network. Yeah. All right, that's a quick summary of what we provide. And here's kind of like our pipeline for 0 to 1. uh, Students who want to start a startup, they start at the beginning. They come into our bootcamp for 1 semester or 1 summer, and then at the end of the bootcamp, you'll be launching your startup with a working product and also initial customers, users. If you need more help, we also have our 0 to 1 incubator following that semester. Basically, you'll get more mentorship and then make sure that you are on track until you can join a bigger accelerators, going from 1 to 100, right? For example, I venture accelerators or Techstars or Mass Challenge, or all those accelerators and competitions to make your startup growing faster. Yeah. And students who have done these accelerators and competitions, what we hope is that we can create a community that after your startups get up to speed, you no longer need help from our incubator. You can give back to the community as venture consultants, basically consulting all these new student founders. Okay. All right, Peter, you want to go over our value?
Yeah. Yeah, so these are our 3 core values in 0 to 1 and what we want all of our members to strive for. So the first 2, ambition and initiative, are pretty much the essence of entrepreneurship, right? So we're always thinking about solving problems, innovating, changing the status quo. And I think more importantly, we're not afraid to take action and be the ones to lead that change, despite the risks and the obstacles. The third value is community. We strive to be a really close-knit community where people are constantly discussing their crazy ideas and helping each other out. As some of you might know, starting a venture is oftentimes very lonely. It's very confusing and definitely extremely difficult. That's why it's so important to have this community aspect. That's why we have to help each other out, celebrate each other's successes, and be there for each other when things are difficult. So by joining 0 to 1, you're becoming part of something bigger than yourself and your own venture. We're going to support you with all of our resources and we'll guide you to the best of our abilities, but you'll also have the opportunity to make an impact on other people in this community, whether it is just giving advice, helping them make a connection or a referral, or simply being there for someone during a difficult time. Like personally, when I was starting a nonprofit during my sophomore year, and I went through so many difficult things, and I definitely would have quit if I didn't have the support of 0 to 1 behind me. So yeah, next slide. So these are just kind of us showing off some of our major, the accomplishments of some of our ventures this past semester. 2 of our ventures, Eclectic and Grekia, were listed top 10 in Chicago Startup Week finale. And also Grekia, Manav, one of the co-founders, is actually here. He'll tell you a little more about his venture later. He actually his team won 4th place at the COZAD New Venture Challenge and also the Audience Award, which is amazing. Congratulations. And finally, one of our other ventures led by Marjorie called Lotus End, which is a nonprofit. She won 2nd place at the Illinois Impact Incubator competition. So yeah, and since our inception in fall of 2019, we have incubated or supported more than 14 student ventures. And that ranges from businesses, nonprofits, software startups, hardware startups, and even social movements. So yeah, next, our venture directors from spring 2021 will give really quick elevator pitches of their ventures to kind of show you guys what they've been working on. This is Marjorie's venture. She couldn't make it today due to conflict, but I can't explain it as well as her, but basically she's building a nonprofit right now, which is a mentorship program utilizing art therapy, psychology for underprivileged students, high school students.
Hey guys, my name's Wonjin. My house is a little loud right now, but please understand. But yeah, my venture is Soulmate. Basically, our project goal is to make an automated shoe cleaning machine or shoe carrying machine, meaning that every single time you come back from outside and then when you're in your house, if your shoes is messy, for example, because the weather's terrible for some reason, you just put it into this machine and it's automatically gonna clean it and then kind of take care of your shoes so that it stays clean and fresh, just like you bought it initially. So yeah, that's what my machine is, and here's my MVP one, and yeah, that's what my venture is.
So yeah, Tori and Anushka are the co-founders of Eclectic. They also couldn't make it today, but yeah, they were the ones that won top 10 in Chicago Startup Week. Basically, they're building a multifunctional fashion app right now, which is a virtual closet keeper. and also provides brand discovery and personal shopping for lesser known brands. Yeah.
Yeah, hi everyone. I don't know if you guys can hear me properly. I'm sadly outside in the car, got stuck because of an accident, but someone else was in an accident, but we're fine. But yeah, Great Kia is a platform where we're helping students who are financially insecure, and we do so by giving alumni an opportunity to give through a transparent and personalized way, supporting students from down the water. We made tremendous progress. We've had over 500 alumni excited what to come. But feel free to reach out to me if you ever need help or if you ever need or want to learn more about my startup. But yeah, look forward to speaking to you guys more.
I think Manav cut off a bit there, but I highly recommend reaching out and asking Manav more about Great Kia. Their venture is really amazing. So.
Hey guys, my name is Elizabeth and my venture is Third Power Beauty. Third Power Beauty is a zero waste hair care brand that will make people's hair care routines more sustainable with products that are plastic free, cruelty free, and minimally packaged. So the product I'm starting out with is the shampoo cubes, and they're single wash shampoo concentrates that come in plastic free packaging meant to replace the 552 million shampoo bottles that enter our landfills and oceans every year. So this is an easy swap people can make that will drastically reduce our impact on the environment.
Yeah, and then next we'll talk briefly about 3 really large initiatives that Zero2One together has launched. I guess one of the side effects of bringing together a large community of really driven entrepreneurial leaders is you're able to come together and solve problems that are of really large scale, that are way too large for any one of us to handle. So one of them is covalence, which is something we launched last March as an effort to do our part in addressing the symptoms of COVID-19. Johnny, if you go on to the next slide. So what we did was we gathered several other RSOs at UIUC, and we worked together to basically pivot all of our efforts to address COVID-19. And some of the things we did was building an online platform. We built a Facebook platform with over 2,000 members where students from all over the world shared volunteering opportunities, pro bono work, projects they were doing, and lots of students were able to find opportunities to help out through that. We also launched internal projects at UIUC to tackle local issues such as senior citizen isolation, surface disinfecting projects. And we also partnered with many other organizations from different universities such as Harvard, USC, University of Pennsylvania, Carnegie Mellon. And together we launched different initiatives as well. So the next one, some of you might have actually seen it, is Student Run Virtual Quad Day. So the university run Virtual Quad Day didn't see a great turnout due to some marketing issues. So Zero2One came together and we're like, we saw that many RSOs and were struggling to recruit, and many freshmen were struggling to find organizations to join. So we're like, why not just host another Virtual Quad Day ourselves? So that's what we did. We had 139 RSOs register and recruit, and we had 1,000 people who responded to our event. And last but not least is our current initiative. This is something we started this semester and it's extremely exciting. The project lead couldn't make it today, so I'll just give a quick summary. So basically, UIUC has many excellent entrepreneurship resources and organizations such as Founders, Enactus, iVenture, Illinois Impact Incubator, Origin Ventures, all of this. However, all of these resources are rather exclusive and scattered. As a freshman coming in, you might be very confused about where to get started. And if you join one organization, it means you miss out on all the resources, opportunities, and friendships in another organization. So what Zero2One is spearheading is this initiative to create an entrepreneurship roundtable where we're basically creating a cohesive pipeline and a bridge between all of the different entrepreneurship resources on campus. For example, right now we partnered with Founders, TEC, Enactus, and we're in the talks with iVenture. And we're creating a roundtable where we can share resources, tell each other about our events, and ultimately create even better opportunities and resources for UIUC student entrepreneurs. And one of the biggest things we're going to accomplish together is creating a dedicated entrepreneurship space at the new Siebel Center for Design. We have a formal pitch in July with the executive board of Siebel Center for Design, where all of our organizations are going together and proposing our vision for a dedicated entrepreneurship space at the SCD. Not so different from the garage at Northwestern or the Harvard Innovation Lab. So yeah. Yeah, and next we'll just really briefly go over our executive team of 0 to 1. So first off is the 0 to 1 co-directors. That's Johnny and I. We basically oversee all of the operations of 0 to 1.
Hi, my name is Howie. I'm an incoming senior studying statistics and psychology. I'm the marketing director here at 0 to 1. We as a team, we actively build, promote, and publicize 0 to 1's brand and presence and every venture's work through various media, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. So some tasks that we do is we create and push social media campaigns, actively manage our social media website and monthly newsletters, and we also spark engagement between us and our followers, and we ultimately build the presence of 0 to 1 on campus and beyond.
Hi everyone, I'm Tina. I'm an incoming junior studying accounting and information systems. I'm the co-director of outreach. I guess the most important thing you need to know about outreach team is that you come to us for people resources. So we connect you to mentors and professionals. Some of the things we are working on continuously include creating a diverse network of advisors for our venture directors to utilize. We also do learning sharing within 0 to 1, so we share information related to entrepreneurship and have discussions with our peers to help each other grow. And another major thing we do is hosting workshops. So in the future, if you feel the need to know more about certain topics, you can come to us and we'll try to make it happen. Yeah, feel free to stay and ask us more questions at the end.
Hey guys, it's me again. I'm finance director, and then what our team really do is, it's kind of obvious. We maintain relationship with corporate sponsors, and we try to get new corporate sponsors, and also we try to fundraise, of course, for money so that we can use it for 0 to 1 events, and then hopefully we can get some enough grants for our venture directors to use. And then we also run a couple of other events, such as I'm currently planning the SCD demo day events. Hopefully that's going to happen. It's exciting. And then we're also, Angelica and AJ, they're our committee members. They're also working on to improve VC, venture consultant, and then venture director relationship, so that we can incorporate a lot more finance advices, and then just to make up stuff work better and more fluently. Yeah, and then I'll be staying after the meeting to answer some questions if you guys have anything.
All right, so here's kind of the timeline for our summer bootcamp. The actual commitment we're hoping is that, it's maybe 6 to 10 hours per week. The actual events, for example, the workshops and the socials, it's around 3 hours per week, spread out across the entire week. But we hope that students who join Zero2One, the bootcamp program specifically, are students who are really committed, right? And then who are really willing to spend the time to start up. And so 6 to 10 hours per week is fitting into, if you're doing an internship, it kind of fits into the schedule. Yeah, and the timeline. So this is when our June 6th is when our written application closes, and our first round of decision is going to be released on June 7th. And afterwards, we're going to do some interviews, online interviews, to get to know more about you, about your ideas or ventures. And then we're going to select basically students into our bootcamp on June 12th. Our kickoff meeting is going to start on June 13th, and we're going to go straight into the bootcamp program, for example, the workshops and networking events right away. Yeah, and so in terms of the timing, we're going to have basically every Tuesday and Thursday, we're going to have workshops, and Sunday, we're going to have networking events for you to get to know more about our summer cohort and also our exec team. Okay. And here's afterwards, after the bootcamp program, we are going to go over a build sprint. Basically, as an opportunity for you to get matched with venture consultants, which is basically our way of saying very experienced student founders. And we're also going to match you with like professional mentors, like successful startup, entrepreneurs, and also like professors and such, who can give you advice on things that you need help with. And we're also going to host like optional workshops, feedback sessions for you to accelerate your startup. So you will definitely get enough help for during the build sprint. And lastly, the most important thing is our formal summer demo day. That this is what the finance team right now is preparing for, right? We're aiming for maybe a 2K funding in total, so that after you go through the build sprint, you will have kind of some money to kick off your venture if you need any resources. So it's going to be judged by our mentors, our entrepreneurs, and maybe potentially investors as well. And hopefully we're going to host this in SQL Center of Design. It's tentative right now, but it's very likely that we can do this in person. Depends on, I guess, like the COVID situation. And we're just going to have a one-time membership fee that's collected if you're selected into the bootcamp. And it will go into, it's basically going back to you through like swag and also a demo day. So it's funding basically yourself. Yeah. All right. So that's about it. If you have any question, feel free to ask. Just type your name in the chat, and then we'll pick you, and then you can ask us anything. On the left here, you can follow us on our Facebook for any events, public events, and things that we are hosting that the general public can attend. And on the right here, if you haven't filled out our interest form yet, please fill it out now, because we will be sending out the application through our email. Right? So you will receive the application in a bit, right after this meeting, including the slides, our program overview. Everything is going to be emailed after this meeting. So for you to make the decision on this commitment. All right. So, okay. All right. Anyone got any questions?
Yeah, and to clarify on two things. Number one, we're going to send out a detailed document of our summer program, and including the timeline, the events, so you don't have to worry about that. And the other thing is, we understand that a lot of you have different levels of experience when it comes to entrepreneurship. However, our bootcamp is more than just about learning. It's also about assimilating you into the community. So let's say you're already an expert on the ideation phase. Coming to the ideation workshop, maybe it's your role to help the other members and provide your feedback, right? It's about getting to know each other and also assimilating into the Zero2One community. So yeah, if you have any questions, just start a queue in the chat. Just type your name.
Okay. I guess if no one has any question right now, feel free to just email us afterwards, after the meeting as well. Yeah, I guess that's it for this info session. We're really excited to meet you all in the future. All right.
Sorry, I had one question. Sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Are there any restrictions to who can participate? Like, do we need to have a startup or an idea to participate,
no,
or
that's not necessary. So
okay.
Students we recruit in here are basically students who maybe they don't have an idea yet, but they have the skills and the passion to start a startup, right? And these students, we're going to match them with our students similar to their situation. So, and also match them based on the skill sets as well. And the other group is that, if you already have an idea, that's great as well, but most likely that through discussion, through, ideating, through like developing your MVP, you're going to change your idea anyway. So basically, students who come in, most of them are very open-minded, open to like any kind of startup ideas. And well, the third group is like, if you already are working on a startup and if you know exactly what you're going to do, that's also great too. You're going to be matched with students similar to that level. Yeah. So it's not necessary to have an idea coming in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no problem. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I guess that's it for this info session. We'll see everyone pretty soon then. All right, see y'all.